So it's kind of like a pyramid in the science mental health diagnosis. Uh, the triangle is loneliness, depression, anxiety. So I did two of them, right? I did anxiety and I did loneliness, right? So what is depression? And you know, like the symbol of a straight line with a little U underneath it, like it's a depression. It's a dip. You're coming up on a dip. That's what the sign says, right? But okay, so the whole point of science is to retrieve data. It shouldn't be glorified as anything else. You're looking for a unique variable or an iteration that is outside of its control parameter. Anything that escapes your predilection to expect, because, the definition of insanity is to expect different results. So science is like trying to apply control parameters to induce an unforeseen variable and retrieve the data. That's all. It's been mystified and everything. Science mystification. And for all sorts of reasons that are even below your tier, like your own intellectual, like below people. It's to get people to lower themselves, not raise themselves. There's a science to get people to resuscitate. They want us all weak, disabled, and with taking STD medication. That's why you're presented with sex in every 15 minutes watching. And Netflix is like every 15 minutes there's a sex scene. Like all these shows, there's like, damn, like you're like just like a catalyst. So there's a, why is it over sexualization? That's like, there was science applied to something that denied aspect of reason. So just because it doesn't have reason anymore doesn't mean that it's no longer, it becomes developmental science is what it is. Developmentalism. Developmental is like, okay, we're building something, we're doing something, we're weaponizing. Like, it's not that I don't want people to be able to look at images, like sexual images. It's that, why is there so much? Why is it so often? Why is it everybody gets to do it? Why is it like everybody could be a diva now? Like, and it starts, it starts early to where it's too late that you can point it out, because you'll be superimposing sexuality because on your ideals on a St. Patrick's Day parade or something, because they're all presenting, like they present all of these like minors basically scantily clad and they're doing kicks and stuff. Like that stuff come from the swingers era with booze and prohibition and shit like that. That doesn't make sense that it would be replacing sodality. That's like Girl Scout, Boy Scout, something like that. It's just like, it just busts down to levels of acceptability where you don't even notice, and then it's too late, and then you just have to be supportive because you don't want to mess them up. That's pretty wicked. But you're inundated anyways. That's why we don't talk about it, because like, what are you going to do about it? Protest? You're going to get mad? Like, you're going to have a sign? You're going to carry a sign and go stand on the road and alarm people to the end times and stuff? So depression is what's it called? So let me see. Text space, detect, sense distance, and oh, you're receptive. I'm not an expert on receptivity, but that's what depression is. It's discomfort with having being made yourself receptive. which should be a credit, like an ability, not a, like something you have to try to find a cure. You're not supposed to want to cure that, but it doesn't help you to find a job. It doesn't help you to have normal conversations. It doesn't, knowing this type of information, it doesn't help you with anything. So it's not you're not peeping a conspiracy. It's like you're seeing that this is an illusory kingdom. You don't want to. You have to be convinced to want to return to be the king, the one-eyed man in the land of the blind, right? So so why does a pyramid work for science so well? It seems like there's different pyramids. For different science. And it's a model of a charge. A rejuvenation from a cleanse. So it's easier to enact with spirits, so that, so like that's why priests make burgundy and stuff, like Chianti, and those are spirits. Those are to enact the sacrament to God, to God. I don't fault it because it's science, but there are spoof science and lots of mystery spirit science and all that, and a lot of that stuff leads to like whack jobs getting indoctrinated into the FBI doing serial murders, ritualistic serial killers and stuff.